Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Justice Channel, PH Born US Naturalized. We want to share with you guys our thoughts and our thinking about healthcare insurance. We want to share with you also why we don't have it and how much it cost us the last 6 months for me to have some healthcare issues taken care of. Is it really necessary to have healthcare insurance while you're here? Jess is going to give you the reasons why we don't have insurance.
One of the most often asked questions we get is there health insurance in the Philippines? And the answer is yes. But based on our research, the least expensive policy is $280 a month. And there is one that you can use sometime, and it is 1,000 US dollars a month. For the two of us, that is way too expensive for us. In fact, we have a video about this and we are going to include it in the description below. But guys, we don't make money with this. It's just all about information. Why don't we have health insurance in the Philippines? For the obvious reason, number one is they are way too expensive. Number two, it can be complicated to make it work with the industry. And third, this is the best one, care cost here is very affordable on an as needed basis.
So we're going to give you a real life example over the last 6 months, how much it's cost us to have healthcare for me. But before we get started on that, there is something we want to mention to you. It's always nice to have a partner when you have to go through these experiences. And if you don't have a partner, if you're looking for a partner, you're single, you're looking for a good partner to help you in your life, potential wife, potential husband, we would recommend that you would use our partner.
Christian Filipina. These are for Western men and Filipinas. And this is a dating service, not a dating app. Men and women users of this service are looking for meaningful connections. This dating service filter out scammers, making it safe dating space for men and women. And also, this service has a dedicated team behind that helps the users have a great dating experience. Welcome agents, love specialists, romance consultants, and fraud specialists. What's your
So,
story?
So for the last few years, the last 5 years, all we had was basic checkups for us. But there was something going on back in November that I thought we should get checked out. So we set up we stopped by a urologist. It is a urologist, right?
Yeah, he
No.
was a real.
A specialist. We saw him and it cost us 1,000 pesos once we decided to go see him. There was no delay, there was no problem. And he recommended we have some tests done. So we had those tests done. And we went back to see him, the results of the test. So he gave me a little bit of RX that we had to take care of something. Altogether, the incident cost us 5,600 pesos or $100 for all the care. No delay, no struggle, no problem, and everything was just fine. So then, a little while later, in February, January, February, I had some issues that we didn't know what was going on.
What happened to you, Mark? You're falling apart.
Yeah, really. You know what happens when you get older. So we went back to the doctor, the same doctor we had seen, and I was having joint problems and pain and headaches. We didn't know what was happening. And he said, "Here, take these tests." So we took the test. Again, we had our test done. Within a few days, we had the results. We went back to him, and it turns out that I had dengue,
Yeah, the mosquito
but it was
problem.
over. And I had what they call bone breaking or bone fever or pain. Anyway, whatever it was a result of the dengue. Again, he gave us some suggestions on how we could deal with this, and we just had to work through it. Altogether, that one was even cheaper than the last one. It cost us 5,000, or rather, I'm sorry, 3,600 pesos to get that checked out.
But you were really confined to the bed for 3 weeks.
Yeah, the doctor said I needed to stay home and
Yeah.
drink plenty of liquids and take pain pills for my pain. And there was a pain in the neck, but something else happened because of sitting at home drinking liquids, is my legs started to swell. And now I got a problem. I'm thinking it might be heart. So we went to see a heart specialist. We showed up when he was there. We waited to see him. He did some testing.
He was a
He was a
cardiologist.
cardiologist, not just a general practitioner. And he said, we may have some issues with my veins. And so he gave me he said, we need to get a test taken. What was the name of that test?
Venus Doppler.
Oh, thank you. I forgot. So he said, you need to get this checked out. So we went and had that done. And the same day we had that done, and he did the exercise that this afternoon, and he said, nope, everything is fine. It must just be because we're sitting at home too much. And so he said, you need to get back to work in your exercise. Everything was great. And that cost us 5,000 pesos or about 90 bucks. Again, not a problem. Then the last thing we just most recently had was something was going on in my brain. I don't know what it was. I was having headaches. I was having uh, sore neck muscles. I don't know if this was a result of the dengue or just something going on. In any case, we saw our heart doctor again, and he said, we need to get an MRI. That
That's
was
very costly.
it was very expensive because, it's hard. That's what there's no coverage. So, and we had to need two of them. We need one for my brain and one for my neck, my spine. So when we did that, it was how much was it? 11,580 for each MRI. And it was like 45 minutes under the MRI machine. And of course, we had to pay to see him. Altogether, that cost us 2,400,
No,
24,000.
24,000.
24,280 pesos or $430. So that was the last 6 months expenses for my health care, seeing the doctor specifically for each item. There was no normal, no monthly expenses. So how much was that altogether? It cost us 38,248 pesos.
But the good thing about all these health concerns that you went through, everything is normal. You still have a brain. You still have a spine. Everything is normal. Thank God.
So as you get older, you might experience more needs for healthcare. But if we had taken the really cheap healthcare insurance, 280, it would not have covered all the testing I had, even the doctor. So, but at that rate, it would have cost us $1,680 for the last 6 months to have that coverage. Again, that would not cover everything we went through. However, we spent $690 to have all that coverage taken care of. All those things I needed was $690 or a little less than $1,000 for the last 6 months. So having no insurance was better than taking care of it as we needed it. There may come a time where it's not working or as needed healthcare isn't working. We'll have to make decisions then.
We can fly back to America if we can have the ability to do that how it was.
But right now, we're keeping the things as they are. My health is okay. My numbers are okay. I still have issues once in a while with a headache. I think it's just stress, actually,
Why you
since
stress?
since
Why?
there was because we're trying to get these videos done on time. But I'm fine. And we expect that to continue unless that changes, which is then we'll have to make a decision. So maybe you want health insurance, you can have health insurance, but we don't want to have to spend money for something that we don't need yet. That's why we don't have health insurance. You guys decide what you want to do. It'd be nice to see what you think about it, what we're doing, or what you think what you want to do. You may find some health insurance that will work for you. Also, for those of you that are single and are looking for somebody to enjoy your retirement years with, please check out Christian Filipina in the description below. And as always,
Please like, put your comments, and if you're new to our channel and you like this video, please subscribe.
bye for now.
Bye.